Hello and welcome to Hugh's News, a Taking Hugh for Granted bonus podcast. Hugh's News aims to keep you right up to date with everything Hugh Grant, from an announcement he signed on to do a new project, right down to him doing a particularly saucy tweet. We want you to know about it. I'm Oscar Bimmelgray, and I'm joined by my fellow Horse and Hound correspondent, Diggory Waite. Diggory, how are you doing today, my friend?
Oscar, I am absolutely fabulous. I cannot wait to talk more Hugh Grant. This has been in the pipeline for a while, Hugh's News. We thought of the idea. We want to be the first stop for everything Hugh Grant. Our Twitter page, we're posting all articles all the time about him. We're posting all the news. And so it only feels right that we get the absolute tip-top news to you in podcast form as well.
It feels absolutely right. And of course, the big news today is that Hugh Grant will be starring in a new HBO miniseries called The Undoing. What was your first reaction when you heard the news?
Well, yeah, I heard the news months and months ago because it was announced a while back. It was meant to come out, I think, mid to late summer, but it's obviously pushed back due to coronavirus. And what was I thinking? I was thinking, brilliant. We get to see Hugh again on the small screen and on HBO. HBO TV shows are usually...
They're huge.
They're huge and they're usually great. We get to see Hugh for 6 episodes rather than just 3 or just one film. I'm really excited to get new Hugh content for 6 episodes in a row. I can't wait.
I mean, much like A Very English Scandal, there we got to see a character develop a little bit and really almost fall in love with the character. And I'm anticipating something similar here. Yeah,
although having said that, maybe we'll talk in a minute about what the show entails, because I'm kind of reading a lot of it so we can inform people in this Hughes News episode, in this bonus Hughes News podcast. But I also don't want to ruin too much of it for myself. So, well, maybe we can talk a little bit about what the story is. But before we do that, I just want to say it's HBO, October 25th, that's for North America. But for the UK, where a lot of our listeners are, October 26th, it will be on Sky Atlantic and Now TV.
And in Armenia, I think it comes out on the 27th. No, I'm sorry, our fans in Armenia, I don't actually know, but I'm sure you could find it online somewhere.
Exactly. Look it up on your local territories, guys. But you say getting to know him, so maybe we should talk a little bit about the story. So it stars Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. Nicole Kidman plays Grace Sachs, who is the wife of Hugh Grant, who plays Jonathan Sachs. Now, I think...
That's enough already for me.
Exactly. I mean, already I don't want to know any more, but it's a psychological thriller where I think something happens with their son Noah, and Hugh Grant goes missing. So the problem there is obviously we want to get to know and love his character, but I think he'll be off, somewhere.
Like tied up or something. In the there's a 1-minute trailer that was released by HBO, and the only thing he says in it is, "Hey."
Is that it?
Hey.
Hey.
It's what rich, entitled people do when threatened. They conceal the ugly truths to protect themselves. And they think they can get away with it.
It feels like a Christopher Nolan film or something. It feels really epic. But
big production.
Yeah, exactly.
Helicopters.
That's it. I was thinking to say that, the helicopters. It's just people running, turning around, looking worried, helicopters going off, lots of things going on, but just silence pretty much. There's no diegetic sound from what is actually happening on screen. Very eerie trailer. But it gives you such a vibe already. It's so exciting. Actually, I wanted to speak to you about the vibe because the show is made and written by the people who made Pretty Little Lies. Now, I haven't seen that.
Big Little Lies. I got it wrong again.
Fuck me, man.
Diggory, that's a mistake I made the whole time when I watched Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
I kept on saying Pretty Little Liars because that's another show, I think.
Right. Very different shows, I think.
Yeah, I think very different shows. So the writer is David E. Kelly, who wrote Big Little Lies, which also was an HBO show starring Nicole Kidman. And I think I watched that last year, and I have to say I was a bit kind of I think maybe it was because of the name, because I associated Pretty Little Lies. It must be like Big Little Lies. But that is an epic show starring Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, and a couple others, Laura Dern and people. And it's honestly one of the best shows I think I've watched in a while.
Really?
It's like a murder mystery. Someone kills Nicole Kidman's husband, and you don't really know who it is. And then these group of 6 women come together and sort of plot to cover up his death. And
Wow.
and then there's infighting, and people don't really know, and people and things break down with the relationships, and they're kind of all put together, even though they all kind of hate each other. So it's very interesting. And if it's anything like that, we're going to be in for a treat. And I have to say, Nicole Kidman, obviously she's been around for a long time, and everyone knows how great, like what a esteemed actress she is. But I hadn't quite appreciated how good she was until I watched this, actually. And I think, again, it goes back to that thing, when you star in a TV show, often you get to see their actual acting prowess come out more.
Yeah, like you say, they get to blossom a bit more. That's why it's a shame that Hugh is is shy of doing TV. But this is good. This is his second TV thing in his more recent career, and so hopefully more to come. I'm really excited about that. I mean, what I've seen about Big Little Lies, lots of tension, lots of drama, all that sort of stuff. Very, very exciting.
It's definitely like a cliffhanger, every episode. You just want to watch more.
Look out the window. Look out the window. Look out the window. It's Hugh Grant in a Pret.
What we're thinking we're going to do, gang, is we will return for another Hughes News. Obviously, if something happens between now and when the first episode comes out of The Undoing, we'll obviously let you know if it's any big Hughes news. But otherwise, what we'll do is we'll watch the first episode, and we'll do another Hughes News bonus episode where we'll review just that episode and talk a bit more about what we know about the show and some of our ideas of what might happen for the rest of it. And then when the series ends, we'll review the whole thing on Taking Hugh for Granted.
Sounds like enough Hugh Grant
Content.
Keep us going for a while.
Exactly. I mean, with this TV show, we're going to be spoiled for Hugh Grant content, so we want to spoil you guys as well with more Hughes News and more Taking Hugh for Granted.
And of course, actually, with something like this, where it's going to be, if it airs on a Monday, we're all going to be talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday about that episode, and then we're all going to be sitting there on Monday, so excited for the next episode. And I think this could be a real chance for the fans to get involved, for you guys to tell us what you think about the episodes, the plot, what we think of Hugh's performance so far. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a great chance for us, because now we've got Taking You for Granted, we've got the wheels are going, we've got a lovely little community of you guys out there. We love you so much. Let's get a conversation going. Let's get excited about this. This is huge. It's huge news. It's Hughes News. We have got a Hugh Grant TV show coming out very soon. He plays a huge role. I can't wait. Let's get excited. Let's get talking. Let's get chatting. And it's going to be the best 6 weeks, I think.
It's going to be the perfect Halloween birthday present as well. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. And we'll see you next time for Hughes News.
Bye.
This is the end of Hughes News. We hope you feel very Hughes News about Hugh Grant. Hughes News. And everything is very Hughes News. And now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Hughes News is a Taking Hugh for Granted production and is produced, edited and presented by Diggory Waite and Oscar Beardmore Gray. The producers of Taking Hugh for Granted would like to state that this podcast is in no way associated with the actor Hugh John Mungo Grant, nor does it endorse his views or represent him in any way. Instead, by creating this podcast, Oscar and Diggory hope to celebrate Hugh's illustrious career, reliving his old classics and shedding light on some of his hidden gems. Hugh, if you're listening, we hope you approve.